Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
There is no off-season for greatness. You do what it takes to stay in the game. And so do we. Our commitment is to keep you moving forward. Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Like nowhere else.
Wahpeton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wahpeton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at wahpetondeliandeatery.com or call 642-3639.
With Motors in Wahpeton, we make sure that when you need a vehicle, we'll find the perfect one that matches your lifestyle and budget. Like the eye-catching Chevy Equinox, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hard-working GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive buying experience. From low-pressure sales to high-quality service, our customers always come first. Find your new Chevrolet or GMC today at Smith Motors. Small-town friendly, big-town deals.
So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
that means all the money that we make
cha-ching
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Yield Advantage is proud to support our local Twin Town teams. They'd like to remind farmers that the Yield Advantage team is ready to help you get the W next planting season. They can help get your equipment in game shape with upgrades large and small. Yield Advantage is your local precision planting premier dealer. From row cleaners to closing wheels, seed meters to liquid fertilizer systems, and everything in between. If you want to give yourself a competitive edge next season, contact Yield Advantage today.
A local insurance team ready to serve you. American Family Insurance Miller & Associates, providing home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance. As residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted friends and neighbors. Together, they're building strong partnerships that help everyone succeed. American Family Insurance Miller & Associates, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
And we hope to see you at American Family Insurance, Miller and Associates.
Since 1941, Minn Kota Ag Products has been helping farmers with their agricultural needs. The farming industry has expanded at great lengths, and Minn Kota Ag Products is there to provide farmers with their entire chemical, fertilizer, seed, and grain elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. For market access at your fingertips and information essential to your farm operation, download the Minn Kota Ag Products app. Minn Kota Ag Products, proud to be a partner in your farm operation since 1941.
20 years of experience, Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pediatrics and pregnancy, seeing children of all ages daily. Start your pregnancy out right with a correcting postural adjustment to help with daily activities and also give you a better night's sleep. Continued chiropractic care throughout your pregnancy can potentially help for an easier labor and delivery of your new little one. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic today at 701-672-1300 for an appointment, or request an appointment online at hornsteinfamilychiropractic.com. Dr. Andrea Hornstein, helping your family grow up healthy.
Abby Johnson with the home run just about to straightaway center field.
Welcome, everyone, to Friday Night Lights. The Wahpeton Huskies will start out the 2024 campaign tonight against the Kindred Vikings. Welcome, everyone, to Three Border Sports Network. My name is Brian Watson, and I have a special guest in the booth tonight, Mr. Mike McCall, former activities director at Wahpeton High School. I'm going to have to show you around the booth today.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to having you up here, getting your expertise. Of course, not only the activities director for the last 20-plus years, but also spent a lot of time on the sidelines coaching the Huskies.
I spent 3 years as an assistant and 7 years as head coach, so know a little bit about football here and there.
So you might know what you're talking about, a little bit different than when I'm sitting in that chair, so we'll see what happens. So should be a good night for football here, opening night for the Huskies, a beautiful night for football here at Frank Burton Field. 77 degrees right now, be that around kickoff time. Got a light breeze out of the northwest, so we'll see how that plays and see if that holds up tonight, but should be a good night for football. The Kindred Vikings come to Wahpeton tonight off of a state championship, went undefeated last year and trying to do the same here. They started out the season with a win, 13-6 over Drake Animus, who they played in the championship game last year. So just a redo of the championship game, and they come away with a 13-6 victory and get things started out with the win. And then they'll come in here tonight to try and move up a division. Kindred in Division A, Wahpeton in Division AA, so taking on an upper division foe. And what's slowly becoming, now that we've moved to 3 classes and certain things, Kindred is slowly becoming a rival of Wahpeton. So it should be a good football game tonight here, Mike.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good football game. They, like you said, came in off the win last week. And, back in the day, Wahpeton was playing Kindred in some football matchups. And then the new system came along. But Kindred will be back. Right now, preliminaries have them back up in AA next year along with Central Cass. So some changes coming next year, and we'll talk about that maybe a little bit later on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think sometimes people look at the 2 divisions and they wonder whether a school can compete. But with the way things are going, with the way that the Fargo area and the outer outskirts of Fargo are growing, you see schools like Central Cass, you see schools like Kindred, their enrollment is increasing. And our enrollment here in Wahpeton might be decreasing a little bit, but we're one of the small schools now if you look at Central Cass.
Well, and you look at next year's preliminary, what they're projecting as enrollments. We currently, with adjusted male enrollment, will be the second smallest school in that division next year. Kindred's the only one right below us, and they're not below us by much.
Yeah, it'll be nice. I think it'll be nice to kind of even things out a little bit, make things a little more competitive for all the teams. And I think once you get everyone in the same division or division where you feel they belong, I think it becomes really competitive. Stop looking at the size of the school and things like that, and just what you want is competitive football. And I think that's what we're going to have here tonight. You had a chance to get a little bit of information from the head coaches on tonight's game. What are we looking for in tonight's matchup?
I talked a little bit with Coach Gilbertson this week, and he's really excited about it. He said one of the things that defensively, they're going to have to stop the run in the screen game. Kindred is very creative this year, he said, with their offense and getting athletes the ball. Their quarterback is the kid to watch. The Starcevic kid, he's really good. And Wahpeton's going to have their hands full tonight, and they're going to have to contain him. But Coach Gilbertson felt right now defense was their strong suit right now. And if they stay disciplined and use their speed, they felt like he could disrupt what Kindred wants to do on that side of the ball. Offensively, he said they need to establish the run to set up the passing game. Kindred's front six is very good. They're aggressive against the run in the past. And he said it's important for us to get our hat on guys for the blocks. And he said there's things that they think they can do when they run into specific defenses with two high safeties and stuff. So that's something we'll have to watch to see if they're able to capitalize on their man under stuff. And then win the turnover battle. That's key with any football game, and that was one of the first things that Coach Burgad said when he sent me his email was win the turnover battle. He said they need to limit yards after contact, especially on Malk and other ball carriers. And then he said they need to establish a run game early and handle the multiple pressures that Wahpeton's going to give them.
I think the players that we really need to watch out for here, certainly on the Kindred side, Jake Starcevic, the quarterback, and on the Wahpeton side, you mentioned Caden Malk. I think those are the two players on both sides of the ball that the coaches are going to be concerned about.
Well, Trayton is explosive, and he gets his hands on the ball, he can bust one at any time. And I think their quarterback, Starcevic, if he gets out in open field, he has the same capabilities. So it should be an exciting football game, and hopefully the Huskies can use that speed because they do have a lot of speed to disrupt things and make it tough on Kindred tonight.
All right, you're watching the pregame show. The pregame show is brought to you by Yield Advantage. Yield Advantage is the precision planting sales and service center for the southern Red River Valley. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the national anthem and the starting lineups right here on Three Borders Sports Network. We'll be back with Husky football in 2 minutes.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
At Interstate Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network. Frank Verton Field, Wahpeton Husky football. We are about to salute the flag with our national anthem, and then we'll have our starting lineups right after that. Starting lineups are brought to you by Miller and Associates, and we're going to turn it over to our PA announcer, Mr. Yoni Fobb.
Kindred Vikings. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to salute our flag of our nation. Please rise and remove your cap or hat. Place your right hand over your heart and stand at attention while Wahpeton student Adeline Pickin sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's go. All right. Let's hear it one more time for our national anthem singer, Adeline Pickin. All right. The administration of Wahpeton Public Schools asks that parents please supervise your children at all activities. Children 5th grade and younger should be in the bleachers, accompanied by a parent watching the event, not running up and down the stadium. Thank you for your cooperation. North Dakota State College of Science is a tobacco and alcohol-free facility, including the school sidewalks, parking lot, and grounds. Please don't smoke in the building, in the bathrooms, or outside on the school grounds. This does include e-cigarettes. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, for our starting lineup, the officials for tonight contest are Richard Peterson, Craig Peterson, Lance Erlin, Reed Johnson, and Jack Heidemann. They have been chosen for their expertise and are registered with the North Dakota High School Activities Association. At this time, we will announce Kindred starters for offense. 55, Tannen Johnson. 54, Miles Stroth. 59, Tate Miller. 50, Lincoln Swanson. Playing corner for us tonight, wearing number 10, will be Braden Steffens, junior. And senior cornerback, wearing number 13, Jackson DeFries. The Wahpeton Huskies are coached by Wade Gilbertson, head coach. Assistants, Cale Peterson, Patrick Goulon, Evan McCall, Hunter McCall, Casey Materi, Jordan Ralph, and Ryan Smith.
There you have our starting lineups. Starting lineups are brought to you by Miller and Associates, American Family Insurance, offering home, life, business, and farm insurance for your needs. How about Adeline Pickin on the national anthem?
Tell you what, a freshman, and she does it very well. She did a couple games for us in the gym last year, and she does really well. She's fantastic.
Pretty impressive. So, based on the starting lineups here, I believe the Huskies are going to kick off. I did not see the coin toss.
I missed the coin toss totally, too. I don't know.
And it looks like the Vikings are back to receive. So we'll review the offensive starters again here for the Vikings real quick. On the line, we have Tannen Johnson, Miles Stroh, Tate Miller, Lincoln Swinson, Luke Starcevic. Tight end is Hunter Bendis. Wide receivers are Isaac Spellhog and Brooks Bacco. In the backfield, quarterback is Jake Starcevic. Kylan Swinson and Miles Thielgis are the running backs. We'll cover the Huskies defense here one more time as James Johnson is set to kick off here for the Huskies, and it's back deep. And the Vikings will take it at about the 10-yard line right up the middle there and bring it out to the 26-yard line. I didn't see who was on the carry there, Coach. Did you see that?
Johnson was on the carry, and we had a flag come in on that side. I didn't see what the penalty was, but we do have a flag on the field.
Got a flag right away to start off. We'll see who it's on. Looks like they're going to march it off and move the Vikings back. And it looks like it was a hold.
Block in the back. Personal foul, block in the back.
Block in the back, and we'll move it back. And the Vikings will start on about the 15-yard line, we'll call it. It'll be 1st and 10, and the Vikings will come out. Starcevic will be at quarterback, and Swinson and Thielgis in the backfield behind him. Vikings come out in the shotgun. And Starcevic will take it to the left side. A little bit of a hole there. And he's going to be brought down after a pretty good gain, close to the first down marker.
He's going to get the first down. It was just they had little short trips to the left side, and just quarterback followed him around, and there's a whole group of Huskies on the tackle, but not until after he picked up 11 yards.
And we talked about Starcevic, him being one of the players that you have to watch on this Vikings team. And he starts out right away picking up a first down with a little quarterback keeper.
Yeah, Gilby said that, obviously he's their best athlete and or one of their best athletes, and he's going to do a lot for him.
So they'll go trips again, trips to the right this time. Starcevic in the shotgun, motion to the left. And he'll give it to the back, and he'll skirt down the left side for another gain. We got a flag on that play as well.
We're going to have another block in the back. Steffens was on the tackle, but we're going to have another block in the back.
And I think that was Swinson on the carry. So another block in the back here. 2 on the Vikings here to start off the game.
Well, they're going to call a hold.
Oh, a hold there, yeah. So they'll be holding, and they'll back it up from the spot of the foul.
And these are the things the Huskies have to take opportunities. Defense has to use this, and at 1st and 20, you gotta keep them behind the sticks.
So it'll be 1st and 19, we'll call it, from the 19-yard line, and we'll go shotgun again. That's Starcevic behind the center, with Swinson lined up next to him. Trips to the right, a little bubble screen, and that ball was a backwards pass. That's a live ball. And the Huskies are over there trying to get it, and they might have it.
I think the Huskies got it.
And that's going to be the Huskies' ball, so a turnover right away here on the first possession for the Vikings. Trying to throw a little backward screen pass there. That ball was behind the line of scrimmage, thrown backwards, and that's a live ball.
I didn't see who recovered it, but yeah, just a little bubble screen behind. It went over his head, and Trey Malk was out there to kind of keep him away from getting the football, and I don't know if it was Omar Martinez or who got it out there, but great opportunity for the Huskies here.
So we'll see if the Huskies can capitalize. We talked about in the pregame show, win the turnover battle, and Huskies are one up here with the takeaway to start the game. Kubala will be in the shotgun. Motion. And we're going to have a legal motion here, I think.
Yeah, we had 2 guys going at once. Trey and DeVries were both going in motion, so little miscommunication there. Not how you want to start your first play.
But it is the first game of the season, so you have to work out some of the kinks here. Kindred's already played one game. They should feel comfortable out here, and I think for the Huskies, there may be some players that are playing new positions that have been moved around and things like that, and they have to just get settled here. Kubala back to pass. He found Trayton Malk in the right flat, and Malk fighting his way for extra yardage there.
We got another flag on the field on the far side.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage, and we got another flag on this play. Safe to say it's early in the season.
You know, there's a lot of talk about who has the advantage, the team that didn't play or the team that did. And obviously, you know, having that extra week of practice is good. But, you know, there's a lot to be said about getting a live game under your belt coming into week 2.
Yeah, you just want that live action. It's going to be an illegal shift against the Huskies. So they'll move him back again. And you're going to be 1st and 20 for the Huskies.
And that was a nice little play call they had called on first down. He got back to the original line of scrimmage, picked up 5 yards on it, but 2nd and really long here. Or 1st and long.
So Kubala back in the shotgun. Evan Doctor lined up beside him. Got Trips right and Steffens on the bottom of the screen here by himself. Going to try and get it out to DeVries. And no gain on the play.
Spellhog in on the tackle there right away. Just a quick throw out there, and Spellhog was there right away to meet him.
So we're used to seeing the shotgun out of the Huskies. They'll be in shotgun all night. Be surprised if you see them go under center. The plays come in from the sideline. Kubala looking over at Hunter McCall to get the play call.
And I know early on one of the problems they had was getting the ball to the center, their scrimmage and stuff, and the first few snaps have been really good.
Shotgun again, a little tight formation, Trips tight to the right. Doctor in the backfield, and he'll give it to him up the left side, and not a lot of room over there. They pick up a couple yards, and we'll have 3rd down.
Yeah, picked up about 3 on that far side, and I think it was number 66, Haley in on the tackle.
Kindred got the ball on the kickoff and turned it over. The Huskies able to turn him over. A little fumble on a screen pass, and now the Huskies trying to capitalize on it. 3rd down and 16 to go here. DeVries in motion. Back to pass again. Kubala over the middle, and that's Evan Doctor.
What a grab. That was a fantastic grab.
Oh, sorry, that's DeVries over there, over the middle. And a nice catch, and he'll pick up a bunch, but not enough for the first down. It's going to be 4th and about 4.
And the Huskies are going to try a field goal here.
And they're going to try a field goal here.
James Johnson is the kicker. But what a great gain on that play, and, you know,
had a chance to maybe pick that up, but just couldn't pick up the extra yards, and that ball is up, and it is no good. I don't know if that was wide right or wide left there, Mike. That looked good to me.
It looked good. It had to be to the left side, and it couldn't have been by much if it wasn't. James knew right away. He kind of looked down, but it was close.
So after forcing the turnover by the Vikings, the Huskies aren't able to capitalize, and now the Vikings will take over after the missed field goal. They're going to figure out where to mark this thing.
I do believe that if this was high school goalposts, it would have been good.
Right? That is one thing that we don't have here. We do have the college goalposts. We don't have the wider high school goalposts, but you have to play on the field that you're on.
Both teams are playing with the same
correct.
The same deal, so
Kindred will get the ball back here. Starcevic is still in at quarterback. Got out of the shotgun again. And that one over to Swinson on the right side.
And
he'll pick up a couple.
Luke Anderson in on the tackle, met him right away, but did manage to pick up about 4 yards on that.
Again, Kindred, a team who won the state championship last year, undefeated.
And they got a lot of kids back.
Their program, their boys' programs have been solid here the last couple of years. Their basketball team very good, football very good. Their Legion baseball team extremely good. Starcevic in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Swinson again. And he'll pick up the first down. Kylan Swinson on the carry, right up the middle for the first down.
The initial hit there for the Huskies, I believe, was Braden Steffens, and then Jack Gilbertson kind of came in and cleaned up the mess.
So the Huskies will see if they can get a stop on downs here after turning the Vikings over. And Vikings starting deep in their territory. and have picked up a couple first downs here on this second drive. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Starcevic in the shotgun again. Up the middle there to Swinson again, and Swinson will pick up about 6 or 7. And right now, the Vikings just able to move the ball on the ground.
They're just running off. That one was just off the left tackle, and Mauk stepped in and made the tackle, but it's not after about a 7-yard gain. The gap responsibility right now, the Huskies are getting a little out of sync, but that they got to figure it out here.
So here we go again, 2nd and 3 after 7. After Swinson picked up 7 on the first down. Swinson to the left of Starcevic now, still in the shotgun. And this time Starcevic will take it himself to try and pick up the first down off the left side, standing up there right near the line of scrimmage, right near the first down marker. And it's going to be close. And I think
it's really close, but that, just quarterback blast off the left side, and Doctor and Brushett were there to meet him, and I don't know if they're going to measure it here or if they're going to they're saying it's short.
They're going to play on here.
So
this will be 3rd and it's 1 on the scoreboard, but we'll call it 3rd and inches, and I think they might measure here. So they're going to take a timeout on the field. I think it's going to be officials' timeout, and I think they're going to measure here to see where they are. It's pretty close there, Mike. I
think from here it looks like on the far side the marker is just beyond the yard line, but the way this field crowns.
Yeah, if you're standing on one, especially up here, you can see the crown on the field. And there's a hump in the middle for drainage, but they're going to measure this, and this is going to be pretty close.
And that is a first. Oh, that's first
That
down.
is a first down. So Kindred will have the first down here with 6:02 remaining in the first quarter. I forgot to mention our kickoff. Our kickoff was brought to you by Tyler Farm Supply, your short-line farm equipment dealer since 1985, located in Tyler, North Dakota. So the Vikings will come back to the line of scrimmage. Starcevic still at quarterback. Going to go out of the shotgun again. Swinson behind him. And he'll give it to Swinson again. He'll go off the right side this time. And he'll pick up about 5. And the Vikings have been able to move the ball on the ground. And Kylan Swinson doing work down there, slow to get up, but he'll make his way back to the huddle.
They're just getting a good push off the line. That time Jones or Anderson and Mauk were in on the tackle. Looks like Anderson might be shaken up a little bit.
And that's where, the Huskies get that turnover. You'd like to see them punch it in the end zone there, take the lead and have the advantage. And now it's still even. And the Vikings are making their way down the field. Starcevic in the shotgun again. Swinson still behind. A little counter play. Swinson will bounce it outside. Has room on the near the sideline. Almost brought down and then picked up a couple extra ones. And then he's brought down by Braden Steffens there. That's Evan Doctor on the tackle.
Just a little counter play back this side, and Huskies did a great job stepping up and filling the hole, but we lost outside contain, and he was able to bounce it and pick up a big gain.
And Swinson showing some speed there, able to bounce that thing to the outside, and he goes off for a breather. And the Vikings will bring in a fresh set of backs and see if they can continue this drive. It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 33-yard line of the Huskies. Starcevic in the shotgun, trips to the right. They'll give it to the back and fake to the back and take it to the outside. Starcevic on the outside again. Able to break all the way to the outside. Tripped up, tried to stay on his feet. Able to pick up the first down.
Well, he made 2 Huskies miss. One at the line of scrimmage, one just beyond. And is it DeVries that tripped him up finally?
And I think that was DeVries that got him on that side. Yep, number 13.
But Huskies had 2 guys step up and kind of drop their heads a little bit, and he was able to bounce it to the outside a little more, but great play action right up front. Fooled me right away, too. I thought he gave the ball.
Yeah, they've been giving the ball to the back right away, and then that's what you can do, a little play action and bounce it to the outside. And Starcevic almost took that all the way to the house. DeVries got enough of a shoestring to bring him down. Out of the shotgun again. And that's, I didn't see that number
23, was it?
23. That's Brock Johnson on the carry.
Then you had Brushert and Marsh and Mauk, I believe, on the tackles there.
So again, keeping the ball on the ground after turning it over, putting it in the air early. The Vikings able to move the ball here.
They're just getting a good push up front. They're getting anywhere from 5 to 7 yards of play, and they're just finding some gaps in the defense.
It'll be 2nd and 5 here from the 14. And I think Johnson is still back there in the backfield. Sarsvik in the shotgun again. They'll give it to Johnson again. He'll pick up 3 or 4 again, almost to the line of scrimmage, and then push back. We'll see where they mark it. 3:28 to go here in the first quarter.
Mauk and Marsh on the tackle. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 2. Better fill of the hole that time by the defense. Only gave him a couple yards. So hopefully we can tighten up here a little bit.
Oh, here's a time where that front line is going to have to tighten the belt strap, see if they can get a stop here, and then put Kindred in a decision on what they want to do. Sarsvik again in the shotgun. And this is Swinson back in there with a little bit of a rest and a full head of steam. And he's able to take it in for the touchdown. Kylan Swinson will score on a 12-yard carry for the Kindred Vikings after turning it over on their first possession. They marched down the field, and it'll be Kylan Swinson with a 12-yard touchdown run.
Just off the right side, and he pretty much got to the end zone before anybody was able to get a hand on him.
And that hit the post and bounces out, so that'll leave it at 6-0. So with 2:56 to go in the first quarter, the Vikings lead the Huskies 6-0. We'll take a break. We'll be back here on Three Border Sports Network in just a moment.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Welcome back to Three Border Sports Network. Frank Burton Field, Brian Watson, Mike McCall. Huskies football opening night. Kindred Vikings lead 6-0 with 2:56 to go here in the first quarter. And the Vikings will kick off here. This kickoff is brought to you by Tyler Farm Supply, your short line farm equipment dealer since 1985. That ball on the side there and picked up by Doctor, and he's going
DeVries on
sorry,
that one.
DeVries. And he's going to be brought down at about the 17-yard line.
Well, they placed the kick perfectly, and by the time he got there, he couldn't get back to the wall.
He just tried to put that in like that no man land area there so that it's on the sideline, maybe go out of bounds, not out of bounds, and then you got to get somebody there. The Huskies get there, but not able to capitalize and advance it. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Kubala back in the shotgun. Doctor to his right side. And he'll give it to Doctor. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's about it. It'll be bring up 2nd down and 10. And now the Huskies will see if they can, work their way down the field, see if they can use up some of this clock and see if they can get down and get in scoring position to even this thing up.
They just got to do away with the penalties, and, I think they're going to have to throw some passes here to open up the running game.
So Kubala back in the shotgun, and as you speak of penalties, you've got another one here. And
well, what happened there is Kindred shifted. They shifted their line over, and our defense or our guard on this side kind of moved, and just one of those disciplined things in first game. I mean, you know, we brought it up a couple times that these are things that you have to clean up.
Yeah, as you start the season out, again, you've got some kids who are playing in new positions or maybe on the field for the first time. You got to get those first game jitters out, and hopefully they'll settle down as the game goes on here. So it'll be 2nd and 15 now after the penalty. Kubala back in the shotgun, Doctor at his right, and he'll give it, and this is a reverse to Mauk. Mauk will come to the right side, changes direction, makes a defender miss, and then he's gang tackled at about the 10-yard line. So he'll lose 3 yards there, 4 yards there.
Looks like Swanson and Baki were two of the first ones there on the tackle.
So Bako and Swanson there on the tackle. And Kindred not fooled on that play. And, you know, if you're the Huskies, I think you want to try and get Traden Mauk the ball in different ways if you can. And I think the Vikings are expecting that. So it'll be 3rd down and 19 here. And Kubala will go back to pass, fake to the right, and he'll throw to Mauk underneath. Mauk with a little bit of room makes a man miss, and now he's on the run, and he's going to get out, and I think he might have picked up the first down.
He got the first down and then some. Just a little bubble screen, inside bubble screen coming across the formation, and he was able to make a couple guys miss and stiff arm out for the first down.
And I think that's what you need to do if you're the Huskies. Try and get Traden Mauk the ball in space, and he does a good job there, a little middle screen, and able to use his legs to pick up the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Kubala in the shotgun again. That's Doctor with them there, and he'll throw it out to the bottom side here, and that's Braden Steffens. And that'll pick up a couple. Just a little stop underneath there to Steffens, able to
just about a 7-yard gain.
Pick up 7 yards there.
Hesse there immediately for the tackle, but you know, if they're going to give you that, you take that all night.
So Kubala will look to the sideline to get the call. Huskies rarely huddle up. They'll just let the call come in from the sideline. So Kubala will get everyone organized here. They'll be in the shotgun. A little tight formation this time. Doctor still in the backfield. A little motion. This might be a reverse of the inside handoff there. And that one was to Doctor and back to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like Andrew Haley, one of the first ones there, along with Luke Starkovic.
And that'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Huskies as the first quarter is probably going to run out here. 5 seconds left. So I think we're going to let this run out. We'll change ends of the field. We'll take a break. And after 1 quarter of play in the opening game for the Wahpeton Huskies, they trail the Kindred Vikings 6-0. After 1 quarter of play, we'll come back with the second quarter of action right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4 crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdelInnovation.com. Comdel Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network. Wahpeton Huskies football. Opening night, Friday Night Lights. Brian Watson, Mike McCall bringing you the action. Joe Schreiner is over across the river in Breckenridge where the Cowboys are taking on Pelican Rapids. You can catch that on our YouTube page as well. Our game is on YouTube and also on Red River Communications Channel 28. We start the second quarter, 6-0 in favor of the Vikings. Huskies will have the ball 3rd and 4 on the 39-yard line. Kubala in the shotgun. with twins to his side, and they'll give it to Doctor again, and he'll take it off the right side. He's going to just get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like he maybe got just about a yard. It's going to set up about fourth and a long yard and a half. Be interesting to see what Coach Gilbertson does to here.
Yeah, fourth and a yard, it looks like. Yeah, long 2, we'll call it. And I think they're going to.
It looks like they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it here. Now, they're going to be in the shotgun, and it could be a quick kick, but we'll see if they actually run the play here. Doctor to Kubala's left here. Go in motion, and Kubala will keep it. Was gonna throw that ball to DeVries. They had DeVries come in motion, and I thought they could have got it to him, and he could have just sliced up for 2 yards, and Kubala made the decision to hold on to it, and they will take that sack for a loss, and they'll turn the ball over on downs, and now.
Well, I think what he was trying to do was plant his foot and make the guy think he was going to commit to coming up, and then he was going to dump it, and he just lost his footing. But defense is going to have to come up big here.
Yeah, defense is going to have to certainly try and come up big here. Vikings will take over 1st and 10 on the Huskies' 37-yard line. So the Vikings will be in shotgun again here. Swinton in the backfield. And they'll fake to Swinton, and Starcevic will take it up the left side and get to the outside and cut back in. And he's going to pick up a first down. And Starcevic hard to bring down once he gets going. And that'll be another Vikings first down and a big gain for the quarterback, Luke Starcevic.
The initial hit there was by DeVries.
They have a flag on the play. Flag on the far side over there, and this might be against the Vikings. This might be a hold, and I think it is. So that big gain's going to come back.
And that's just one of the things, discipline. You know, it's one of those things you put in your memory bank you learn from. That's one of the formations they ran right away in the game, and he kept the ball. And it's just a matter of getting your leverage and, stepping up. But he's not a small guy.
No, he's not. And that is, you're right, Coach. That's the same play that they ran to the right side when they were going to the north end zone. And he almost took it all the way and was tripped up by DeVries. So that one will come back on penalty. That'll bring up 1st and 20 from the 47-yard line. 11:05 left in the second. Starcevic in the shotgun. He'll fake to Swinton again, pull it out and run to the right, and there he goes. Gets to the far outside. That might be a penalty there on a face mask, and they're going to let that one go. He's brought down and dragged out of bounds, but not before getting past the original line of scrimmage.
And it's just, it's one of those things we just talked about, training your eyes. We had too many guys biting down on the running back. He pulled it, and every play you always have somebody that's responsible for the quarterback, and it's just a matter of getting that straightened out. Who has the quarterback and taking care of those responsibilities.
Yeah, just no contain on the outside there, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Ball on the 33-yard line. Starcevic with Swinton behind. And he'll give it to Swinton this time. He'll go with a full head of steam, and he'll pick up the first down with ease. And the Vikings just moving the ball on the ground, chunks at a time.
DeVries coming over and making the tackle, but, DeVries was the first one to touch him about 10, 12 yards downfield. And it's just right now there's something in the defensive scheme that we're just not taking care of all the gaps. It's just, and I'm sure the coaches are trying to figure it out right now.
It's a game of adjustment, so we'll see as the game goes on if the Huskies can adjust. But right now, the Vikings moving the ball with ease. And this is Starcevic back to pass out to the far side there. That ball's brought in, and that's going to be a touchdown. Brooks Bacco over there, just throw it up and let me take it. And that's going to be a 23-yard touchdown pass, Starcevic to Bacco. And that's going to be the second score of the game for the Vikings. And the Vikings are up 12-0 on the Huskies.
You had Steffens out there on the coverage, and he got twisted up a little bit. He came back. I thought he was going to break on the ball to try and intercept it, but he got underneath it, and just a nice grab and touchdown there. So
a lot of room on that side, and was one-on-one coverage, and Bacco won the battle. And that one is no good as well, so it'll stay 12-0.
You know, in those one-on-one situations, Braden is one that I would take many times. I like that. I like those matchups with him out there, but that time he just got twisted up a little bit and couldn't recover.
Yeah, just a little out of position. You know, Braden, a very athletic kid, can jump. You know, so those jump balls you think he'd be in the mix for, but Baco wins that battle on the far side for the second touchdown.
Well, and again, I think the ball was thrown farther to the outside than he thought it was because he turned to the inside right away and then realized, and you know, he spun around, but just couldn't get the break on the ball. So
this is a AA matchup between AA Wahpeton Huskies and single A Division A Kindred Vikings there in Region 1. Huskies in the East Division. Other games tonight, Shanley is at South. This is in AA. Shanley at South. St. Mary's is at Red River. West Fargo Horace is way out at Dickinson. Jamestown is at Central. And Valley City is at Lisbon. And Watford City is at Devils Lake. Those are the AA games. And on single A, Central Cass is at LEM. Lisbon is hosting Valley City. Hillsborough is at Park River area. Shiloh is at Ellendale Edgley Calm. And Oaks has the bye week this week. Last night, Thompson beat Grafton 39-6. And in AA, Minot North, they beat Century JV 35-7. So the Vikings will kick off. The Huskies will return this. That's going to be Jackson DeVries, and he gets to the outside and had a chance to break that one.
And that one is just, he started like he was going up the middle, got everybody drawn to the middle, and then he was able to bounce outside and get some yards. So see if the Huskies can move the ball here this time, and hopefully they made some adjustments and they're able to get some points on the board here.
Got good starting position here. They'll start at just about the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 after the return by DeVries. And we'll see if the Huskies can get the offense going. Evan Doctor in the backfield with Kubala in the shotgun. Kubala back to pass. A little pressure there. He'll go underneath to Doctor, and that'll be right back at the line of scrimmage. A lot of pressure there. It looked like a screen pass, but I think that was because so much pressure was coming in and no gain on the play.
I think it was a set-up screen pass, but the defensive line on that side stayed back. And Doctor actually kind of had to come back a little bit to get the ball, and there was nothing there.
So we'll go out of the shotgun again. Doctor in the backfield. Barth at the bottom of your screen with Steffens at the top and Trade Malk in the slot. They'll give it to Doctor. He'll go off the right side and nowhere to go over there. And he might have lost a yard or just got back to the line of scrimmage there. So it's going to bring up 3rd down. Going to be 3rd and 11 from the 34-yard line.
Looked like Johnson and Starcevic were there on the tackle for the Vikings, but here we are again in another 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 11 from the 34-yard line. 9:05 to go in the second. Huskies in the shotgun. They'll put Malk in motion. He'll come to the bottom of the screen. And now Malk will try and wheel to the outside. Not enough to get to go across the middle, and that ball's dropped. And I think that was intended for Jackson DeVries, and a big hit put on there. I know Swenson was there. I didn't see who made the initial hit.
So number 55, I think, was out there for the initial hit, but Huskies lucky we didn't get flagged for a penalty there. Trayton was coming upfield before the ball was snapped.
And again, those little things are the things that you worry about in the first game if you have all the pieces together. Those things that you're going to have to work out as the game goes along. And we see players running on the field here for punt formation. And this is the first time the Huskies punt and trying to figure out who's on the punt team. Malk, the last one to get on the field there. So it's Kubala back to kick.
That's a good punt.
Yeah, that was a good kick. And it'll be down at about the 25-yard line. And a good kick there by, I thought that was Kubala. That wasn't Kubala.
Kubala was kicking, yep. Kubala was a punter.
Okay.
So, but that last play for the Huskies, it was a nice pass over the middle. He just couldn't hold on to it. He'd have still been a couple yards short, but then it puts us in that situation again. Do you go for it on 4th down or?
Well, I think after what happened on the last possession, I think you have to kick there because you're almost in the same position on the field. So the Vikings will have it again, 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line. Their 26-yard line, 8:39 to go here in the second. Starsvik in the shotgun with Swinson to his right. They'll go in motion, and they'll give it to the motion man. He'll take it out to the right side and pick about 6 yards there, and that's where Hess on the carry.
And DeVries on the tackle, and he almost had that ball stripped loose. But DeVries came up and made the tackle, but still, first down and a 7-yard gain.
And the Vikings have not had a problem moving the ball. They did score their second touchdown on a 23-yard pass, Starcevic to Baco, but they have basically moved the ball on the ground at will here in the first half. So Starcevic out of the shotgun again, and they'll go in motion with Hess again. And they'll fake to him, and Starcevic will keep it, go off the right side, and a little bit of a hole there, but still able to drag players as he goes to the sideline and still dragging. And he'll take that ball all the way across midfield, pick up the first down, and you can see that he is a big, strong kid and able to carry defenders with him as he picks up the first down.
Well, and Jack Gilbertson was the first one to make the hit, and he's the one that kind of got drugged for about 5 yards. But another thing to watch as this game goes on, there's practice shape and there's game shape. And, they have a lot of guys going both ways too, but they've had a full game under their belt. So they, shape, we're going to find out where we're at here. And
it's a good test to start the season. And you're right, you do have to find out where you are, and there's a big difference. That's a pitch outside to Swinson. This is going to be a flag, and I think this might come back, but Swinson able to get all the way down up near the 20-yard line.
Trey Malk is the one that made the tackle down there. I did not see what the penalty was.
That's in the area where it's either a hold, maybe a crackback, but we'll see what they call here. It's going to be against the Vikings. They're already coming back, so I think they know.
Well, I don't think the Kindred coaches are very happy about the call, whatever it is.
They say that you could call holding on every play.
You absolutely could. I mean, there's no question. But one of the biggest questions you have to ask yourself is, did it have a big impact on the play? And where did it occur at? Where did it occur?
Is that like a foul in basketball?
Kind of.
Oh, I'll hold my tongue. All right, here we go. 1st and 20 for the Vikings from the 43-yard line. He'll stay in the shotgun. Starcevic back there. And Swinson to his right. They'll go in motion. They'll give it to the motion man. And he'll come to the right side underneath. And then that's Jackson DeVries down there and Braden Steffens on the tackle. And that carry is by Brooks Baco.
And actually, Brushard, I think, was the other one there for the tackle.
So they put Baco in motion that time after throwing a touchdown to him earlier. He kicks it off the right side, picks up a bunch, and then he'll bring it to 2nd and 14 now.
So they got about 5-6 yards on that, but a little better on that play than the first time they ran it, filling in the gaps.
Yeah, DeVries doing a good job holding the edge there and able to bring him down. So they'll stay in the shotgun. Swinson behind. And that ball's dropped.
I think the Huskies got it.
And I think the Huskies are going to have their second chance. That was actually Brock Johnson back there, not Swinson.
Evan Doctor with the recovery.
And Evan Doctor picks up the turnover. Now the Huskies in business here. It'll be right at midfield. And let's see if they can take advantage of turnover number 2.
And this is the emotion that you have to play off of. You just made a big play, and let's see if we can get some points on the board here. And, a nice 6-minute and 39-minute drive, or 6-minute, 39-second drive would be good to end the half with some points.
So right at midfield here, Huskies will have it first down, 6:39 to go in the second.
2 backs in the field.
So Kubel in the shotgun with 2 backs beside. That's Malk, and Kubel overthrows Braden Steffens there. There might have been a little miscommunication on what route was supposed to be run. And the Huskies give it right back to the Vikings after one play. Just a mix-up there, Coach, on the route?
I think it slipped out of his hand. He was just saying, it was just exactly, I think, what they wanted. But when he came off, it looked like he was trying to say it slipped out of his hand. It did look like it sailed.
And Braden was open. The defender was off. And I think, they put Malk in the backfield there back with Doctor. And I think the Vikings were concerned that Malk was going to end up with the ball. And just execution there. And again, first game, nerves, jitters, whatever you want to call it, a little rust. And the Huskies are going to have to work it off. And now the Vikings are back in business here. 1st and 10 from the 47. Starcevic looking to the air, go across the middle, and almost had a chance there.
Jack Gilbertson.
Jack Gilbertson, the freshman, coming up to make the play. Hunter Bendis was the intended receiver. And Gilbertson just about made a great play there across the middle.
And with where everybody was on the field, there was a lot of green grass in front of him if he intercepts that.
So they try and go deep across the middle to Bendis. And the freshman, Jack Gilbertson, back there playing safety and doing a good job of it. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Might want to watch quarterback this way.
And this might be play action again here. That's Swinson in the backfield. And now it'll just be student body right here. And here comes Starcevic again. And he picks up a big gain and a good tackle there.
Jack
Gilbertson again. Coming out of that safety position.
And I didn't see who it was. I don't know if it was Peterson or who, but had a shot at him right across the line of scrimmage. And Starcevic had a nice stiff arm. But
it's going to take a good tackle to bring him down. And Jack with a good tackle there to end that run.
You're going to have to hit him low and bring the arms.
You definitely have to go low, and you got to wrap him up. So I'll bring up 3rd and 3 from the 40. Starcevic again in the shotgun. He'll give it to the back, and that looks like Swinson again. And Swinson will go off the right side, and he'll pick up the first down.
DeVries had first contact. Doctor knocked him out of bounds.
Swinson does a good job of getting off right away. It is not like get up to speed. He is like full speed right out of the backfield, and he is going full head of steam once he has the ball.
And I don't know if it's perfect timing. It just looks like Kindred it looks like they're leaning a little bit before the ball snap, but it could be just simultaneous and they're getting off the ball quick too.
Just got to have that good anticipation. We'll see what happens here. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Swinson in the backfield with Starcevic. A little keeper there. Puts it in, pulls it out, and no gain on that play. A little read option. Starcevic kept it, and the Huskies sniff it out.
Looked like Landon Nordic, Landon Ralph, Mauk, Brushert were all there for the tackle.
Well, we should bring up our shout-out line, our Studio 22 design shout-out line. If you guys want to let us know who's watching and who you're cheering for, you can give us a text at 701-428-2415. Let us know who you're cheering for, and we'll give you a shout-out right here on Three Borders Sports Network. It Starcevic up the middle again, and just a little jog up the middle, like he's out for a daily stroll, and he'll pick up the first down with ease.
Looked like Steffens might have been one of the first ones in there on the tackle, or Brushert. It just looks like they're just really spreading us out right now, and then that one we were kind of spread out, and he just ran right up the middle.
So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. The Vikings threatening again. And Starcevic will stay in the shotgun. Swinson in the backfield with him. And he'll fake the Swinson and throw underneath. I think that's to Bacco, and I'm not sure if he caught it, and I think he did.
A deflected pass.
But I don't think he got in. I think he caught it just short of the goal line.
He's about the 1 foot line.
A little slant there.
But I didn't see who got a hand on it, but it was a pass. It was deflected, and then it bounced right to him.
Play action, and then a little inside cut move there to Bacco, who scored the touchdown earlier, the second touchdown of the game, and now it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. And now Starcevic will go under center, and I will guess to say this is going to be a quarterback sneak right up the middle, and there he goes. And that'll be Jake Starcevic for the touchdown, a 1-yard run, and that'll put 6 more on the board.
And they're going to go for 2 here.
For the Vikings. So 18-0, and the Vikings will go for 2 here. And they'll go back to the shotgun here. That'll be Swinson to the right. Might see play action. I hope they're going to roll out to the right and try and Sarster going to decide to keep it, and then he throws it. He had Bockel there. He had Bockel open early and should have thrown it right away, and he ends up turning the ball over. I can't see who DeVries intercepts that, and they turn it over on the 2-pointed tip, and that'll keep the score 18-0 in favor of the Vikings.
And, right now you look at the score, it's 18-0, but if we can put something together here, go in at halftime with maybe some points on the board or no worse than 18-0, you draw it up on the board, you figure it out, come out. We're going to get the ball to start the second half. So if we can find a way to get some points on the board here, get the ball to start the second half, there's no way. We're still in the ball game.
Yeah, you're still in the ball game. You certainly have to go in and make some adjustments. We talk about football being a game of adjustments, and there's just some things that just need to be shifted here or there, and we'll see if the players can do that and see if you can get some stops. Right now, Kindred just moving the ball at will. After that, they've had 2 turnovers. And in a game like this, you really need to capitalize on those turnovers, and the Huskies not able to do that. Just think if they're able to put that ball in on that first turnover, they're down there on the 14-yard line, and then they get the turnover at midfield, but just not able to get anything out of it. It's a totally different ball game. But you just have to take advantage of those big plays and those miscues that the Vikings have given them. We do have a couple of shout-outs on the Studio 22 Designs shout-out line. Steve and Mary Schwarnweber in Pierre, South Dakota, cheering for Kindred Vikings. Coach Safe is our son-in-law. We appreciate the text. We'll give them a shout-out. And Daryl Cole in Brownsburg, Indiana, cheering for Kindred. And let's see, we got Kindred fans Dave and Marty from Adrian, North Dakota. And the Vikings will kick off here. We'll get to more of our shout-outs here when we can. And that's going to be DeVries, who's going to return it, take it up the middle. He's going to get it out to about the 25-yard line. So we'll see if the Vikings can put something together. The Huskies can put something together here with 3:48 to go in the second quarter. They'll be 1st and 10 here on the 26-yard line. And if you don't put it in the end zone, you really want to try and move the ball and see if you can use up the rest of this 3:48 so that you don't give the Vikings the ball back here, Coach.
You just want to look for some offensive success here. Points are a bonus, but you want to try and get some success here. And I look for him to try and get the ball to Malk a little bit more here.
So we'll stay in the shotgun. You got Malk in the backfield now. That's going to be Steffens in motion. He'll stop short. And they'll give it to Malk there on the handoff, and he goes up the middle and doesn't pick up anything. So we're going to go back to 2nd and 10. Ball will stay on the 26-yard line.
Looked like Haley might have been one of the first ones there on the tackle for Kindred, but, Coach Gilbertson has stayed true to what he's going to say. He wants to try and get something going in the run game, and second down for the Huskies. Want to keep this clock moving and try and pick up a couple first downs.
That's Michael Peterson in the backfield now, number 28. And they're going to throw that one to the outside to Malk. Malk making the man miss, and then he gets right back up and brings him down. That's Starcevic out there one-on-one with Trayton Malk. And that's going to be a loss of a couple.
Kindred's going to take a timeout.
And Kindred's going to take a timeout, try and save some time here and see if they can get the ball back and put this thing back in the end zone. And we will take a timeout. This timeout is going to be brought to you by Carlson Family Insurance. Carlson Family Insurance located on 2nd Avenue in downtown Wahpeton. Carlson Family Insurance works for their customers, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their number one goal. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the finish of the second quarter. Huskies and Vikings. Vikings lead 18-0. We're back here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain Hefty Seed never changes. Red River Grain Hefty Seed works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain Hefty Seed has been saving farmers money for years. For all your grain and agronomy needs, stop in or call the friendly staff at 643-3738 or visit them online at redrivergrain.com.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 15 for the Huskies as we come out of timeout. 3:01 to play in the second quarter. Huskies out of the shotgun, 4 wide. And Kubala back to throw. Under pressure. Good block there. And he's going to have to throw it away. And Landon Ralph back there with that block.
Landon Ralph with a really nice block back there, peeling back and giving Bjorn a little bit more time.
That was Tannen Johnson on the chase, number 55 for the Vikings, flushing Kubala out of the pocket, and Kubala just had to throw it away. So that's going to bring up 4th down, 4th and 15. Ball on the 21-yard line, and the Vikings are going to get the ball back with 2:53 to go in the second quarter, and they're going to end up with decent field position here. So Kubala will be back to punt for the Vikings, and a little high snap, and he barely gets it off. That ball's blocked and taken into the end zone. I can't see the number for here, Coach. I think that's 54. And that's Miles Stroh picking that block up and taking it into the end zone. And the turnover for the Huskies and the scoop and score for number 54, Miles Stroh, the Kindred Vikings.
Swenson's the one that blocked it. Just a high lobbing snap, and they were able to get penetration up the middle.
So the Vikings capitalize with the pressure on the kick. Their defense does the job. And Miles Stroh picks that ball up and gets the scoop and score. So now the Vikings certainly in the driver's seat. They wanted to get the ball back. They didn't have to run any plays, and they take it into the end zone. They're going to go for 2 here again. Starcevic out of the gun. And he'll throw that outside. Again, looking for Bacco out there on the corner. And that'll be unsuccessful. Now it'll be 24 to zip. And the Vikings get the big play. We talked about turnovers and winning the turnover battle. And the Huskies had the advantage with 2 turnovers early in this game. And now the Vikings come up with a big play on the block punt.
Yeah, just like I said, just a lot of penetration up the middle. And that's one of those things that I think they got close on the first punt to blocking it. And this is one of those things that you're going to have to drop at halftime and hope you get fixed.
So we'll see if the Huskies can do something here. They'll have 2:46 to go to try and put something on the board, see if they can move the ball, go into halftime with a little bit of confidence. And
you know, one of the nice things about the way the schedule is set up this year is your first 4 games are non-conference. They don't account for anything as far as getting into the playoffs. So, you know, if you drop a couple of those games, it's not the end of the season. It's not, you know, where QRF could hurt you a little bit.
Right.
But, you know, it's the last 5 games of the year that matter.
Well, I mean, you just have to use it. I mean, you want to put together a good schedule. You want to play tough opponents. Kindred, one of the best in the state. Forget about division. Kindred, one of the best teams in the state. So it's a good test to see where you are. And I think that's DeVries again. He's going to be pushed out of bounds just past the 30-yard line.
Well, and I don't think there's any question that if Kindred was in AA this year, they would be one of the better teams in AA this year. And, you know, that includes with the Red Rivers, the Souths, the Centrals. So
we'll see if the Huskies can put something together here as we get towards the end of the second quarter here. 2:39 to go. Kubala in the shotgun. They'll put DeVries in motion, and they'll give the ball to Malk, and Malk will dance around and see if he can make his way forward. And he's met by the entire front line of the Kindred Vikings there for the stop. And Kindred going to take a timeout again.
Looks like Tannen Johnson was the first one there, then a whole host of other ones.
So the Vikings will take a timeout, and that'll give me a chance here to go through a few of our shout-outs. We appreciate the shout-outs. Shout-outs are brought to you by Studio 22 Designs. They are representing our shout-out lines. They are women's boutique and clothing gifts and custom shirts, open late on Wednesday nights till 8 p.m. Jesse Heitkamp is watching from his big black chair, as he always is. Tannen Johnson, the grandparents are watching from Portland, Oregon. Keith and Yvette Johnson on vacation watching the game. We appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Let's see.
Tannen Johnson, one of the ones just in on that last tackle.
And I got a text, no name, but go Vikings. We'll take that. We talked about our folks from Adrian, North Dakota. And we got a shout out to Hunter Evan and I guess Mike McCall from Tanner Bickford. Tuning in from Portland, North Dakota.
Take her easy, T-Buck.
Looks like you have some fans out there. So here we go, 2nd and 9, 2:37 to go. Vikings, Huskies with the ball. Back in the shotgun. That's Doctor back there. And straight ahead. And I think,
Kindred's going to use another
Kindred's
timeout.
going to use another timeout here.
And that one looked like it was Tate Miller was the first one there on the tackle.
And again, our timeouts are brought to you by Carlson Family Insurance, located on 2nd Avenue in downtown Wahpeton. Carlson Family Insurance works for their customers, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their number one goal.
You know, during that last time out, I looked out, and one of the things about this coaching staff is, you know, Cale Peterson, and they're on the sidelines and they're coaching the kids. They're talking about what's going on and everything, and this staff does a great job of just working with the kids and keeping their spirits up. I mean, they work, and right now, if you're standing on the Husky sideline, it's easy to get down a little bit. But again, it's one of those things, you're not out of the game.
No, you're not out of the game. And like you said, this is a non-conference game, so you have to use it for what it is, see where you are. And then at some point, regardless of what the score is, you just have to play football and work to get better.
Yep.
And it's just down after down. You work to get better because you want to be playing your best football here later in the season in your conference and give yourself with a chance to advance. And we'll see if the Huskies can regroup and put things together here. So 3rd and 8 from the 32-yard line. Kubala in the shotgun with Doctor to his left. And he'll drop back to pass, and he'll step up in the pocket, and he'll send that back to the right side, looking for Doctor over there.
He had some pretty good pressure put on him by Starkovic, and I believe number 66.
Sorry, that was DeVries over there.
DeVries was on the other side, yep.
So that'll bring up 4th down, and the Huskies are going to have to punt it back to the Vikings, and that's going to give them 2:24 left to see what they can do here. Now, remember the last punt here was blocked by the Vikings and taken in for a touchdown.
And they're coming after this one.
And they're coming again. See if the Huskies can get a little better protection here. They'll move the outsides in to give a little added protection. And that ball, another high snap. And Kubala gets this one off, a low line drive kick. Bacco back to return. He's going to take you right in front of Doctor there. And Doctor able to hang on and bring him down at the 50-yard line. So that'll leave 2:11 for the Vikings. They're going to get this ball 1st and 10 right at midfield. And the way that they've been moving the ball, you might say they might be able to take it in again here. And the Huskies are going to have to try and come up big on defense.
Now would be a good time for one of those turnovers.
So down in Apple Valley, the cousins of Isaac Spellhog are watching and cheering on the Kindred Vikings, and that is from his cousin Hadley.
It's good to know we got a lot of Kindred Vikings fans listening tonight.
Oh, we do have a lot of Kindred fans watching. We appreciate that. So Sarsvik back to pass, just has to throw that one away.
They were setting up a screen in the middle, and Huskies did a nice job. Landon Ralph kind of sat on it. He read it, and he and Luke Anderson kind of just sat back, and Sarsvik had nowhere to go with the ball.
I think that was Evan Doctor at the pressure there. Yep. So Doctor on the pressure, making Sarsvik give it up right away. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 here.
And a screen is one of the hardest things for a lineman to notice, because all of a sudden you're getting through easily and you just want to keep going. But nice job by those guys up front.
So 2nd and 10 from the 50. Starsvik back to pass again. He'll roll out to the right and heave down the right side. He's got a man wide open down there, and that is number 6, Jack McDonald. And that's going to be a 50-yard bomb for the touchdown, and the Vikings put 6 more on the board. Starsvik to McDonald.
And that's one of those situations, Jack Gilbertson was the deep safety on that side, and his angle, he just, he took just a little bit of a wrong angle there and ended up just underneath. So, again, it's one of those learning things, and you can see the coaches talking to him and stuff on the sidelines. And
yeah, in that situation, you just can't let the man get behind.
Cannot let anybody get behind you.
And he was wide open on the sideline. The Vikings will go for 2 here again and put McDonald in motion. And Starsvik fumbles the snap with nowhere to go. And the one thing the Vikings haven't been able to do tonight is convert a 2-point conversion. So that'll leave the score 30 now for the Vikings. After the 50-yard pass play from Starsvik to McDonald, McDonald just streaking down the sideline on the right side here and able to take that thing in for a touchdown. So still 1:57 left to go in the second quarter, and the Huskies will get the ball back here, and they're going to have to be able to use some of this clock. The Vikings are out of timeouts, so we'll see if they can run this out, maybe be productive out of it, and go into halftime and regroup, and then come back out and see if they can put something together in the second half of this game.
Well, like I said, in the first half, the run game they've had some opportunities in the pass game, and they've just missed on a couple. And, just like you said, we got to get to halftime here, go in, make some adjustments, come out in the second half, and see if we can put some things together.
So 1:57 to go in the first half. Malk and DeVries back to return the kick.
Well, we know where he's kicking it.
He's certainly not going to kick it to the left side of the field as they switch now. DeVries and Malk switch positions to see if the Vikings notice, and they do. And they kick it up, so DeVries will have to handle it. And DeVries misses it, and he has to get on that ball. It's a live ball. And I think he lost it, and the Vikings have the ball again, and they're going to have that right down around the 10-yard line as the Huskies are not able to get on top of the kickoff.
Things are just unraveling here.
And things are really starting to fall apart for Wahpeton. So the Vikings now will have it again. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Well,
they're going to call it 1st and, well, let's see what they do with the sticks here.
They're outside the 10.
On the 12. Sorry, 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. So Starsvik in the backfield in shotgun, Swinson to his right. Come in motion again. That's Hess in motion. And they throw it across the middle, looking for Bacco. Is that
nice job?
Gilbertson back there breaking that thing up again.
I think that's Jack Gilbertson with the interception.
And that ball's intercepted.
Are they in the end zone or are they on the 1?
That's Omar Martinez, I think.
They're going to say he was in the end zone.
That ball intercepted by Omar Martinez. It
was Jack.
Was it Jack?
It was Jack Gilbertson.
They were in the end zone, so they'll bring that one out to the 20.
It was really close because he caught it right at the goal line. And that is the play the Huskies needed at this moment right now.
So as happened earlier in the game where the Vikings turned it over and the Huskies gave it right back, here the Huskies turn it over and the Vikings give it right back to them. 1:45 to go.
I think we're going to see the Huskies do some safe plays here, just try to get something going in the run game, but get to halftime here.
DeVries in motion out of the shotgun. And they'll give that one to Malk. Malk will break it to the outside, trying to dance again. He just gets out to the 20-yard line.
Kindred's defense is really good. They're sound. That time, number 2,
that's Bacco.
Bacco came up to make the stop. He stayed at home, and he did just exactly what he's supposed to do.
So clock will run here. Huskies waiting for the play to come in. He'll be in the shotgun. Kubla with Mauk and Peterson in the backfield. DeVries at the top of your screen and Steffens at the bottom. Bacco drops off. They'll hand that to Mauk. Mauk will go off the right side and really know where to go as he's met by Starcevic right at the line of scrimmage. And like you said, Coach, the Kindred's defense is very good, very disciplined. They hold on the edge, and they do a good job of tackling as well. So 30 seconds to go here. They will have to run a play with 23 on the play clock. They'll go out of the shotgun again, same formation with Mauk and Peterson in the backfield, and DeVries at the top of your screen and Steffens at the bottom. And I would expect them to hand this ball off. They give it to Peterson this time, and he goes up the middle, picks up about 6, and that will be the last play of the first half, I think. As 3, 2, 1. So that is the first half of play, and the Kindred Vikings have owned the first half as they lead the Wahpeton Huskies 30-0 in the home opener for the Huskies. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have our halftime show. Our halftime show is presented by OSPTI. For all your physical therapy needs, contact the professionals at OSPTI with locations in Hankinson, Fergus Falls, and Breckenridge. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have our halftime show. We'll talk about what happened in the first half and what the Huskies need to do to try and get back in this ball game. We'll be back on Three Borders Sports Network in a moment.
Amanda Frederick State Farm Agency, we do our best to make insurance a little less insurancy for you. Hi, this is Amanda, your local State Farm agent. You've probably seen our team out and about volunteering in the community, participating in local events, and just doing our all-around best to support and encourage a healthy, vibrant community. Stop into our office sometime and find out why we've been consistently voted best insurance agency in the Valley and why State Farm has been a trusted household name in insurance for 100 years. We hope to meet you soon.
At OSPTI, our focus is on each individual's therapy needs, whether it be for speech, occupational, or physical therapy services. I'm Becky, a physical therapist at OSPTI, and I love being able to provide that personal care to each person that we see with clinics in Breckenridge, Hankinson, and Fergus Falls. You don't have to travel very far from home. From infants to athletes to adults, you can request OSPTI to meet your therapy goals.
Any bank can tell you they have a rock-solid commitment to agriculture. Bell can prove it. To this day, every Bell Bank branch is partially built with rocks we've picked from our founder's farm. But our roots in ag have grown more than a few offices. They've shaped who we are and formed our entire approach to banking. Let us prove it to you as you grow your farm and prepare your legacy for the next generation. Bell Bank, committed to ag. In Wahpeton, talk to Rick Steckler.
Is your athlete suffering from an ankle sprain or a hit to the head? Did you know that a chiropractic adjustment can decrease ankle swelling by half and get your athlete back to their sport quicker? Or dizziness, brain fog can come from a neck subluxation. With 20 years of chiropractic experience, Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic knows personally how chiropractic adjustments can get you back to playing your sport in no time. Request an appointment online at hornsteinfamilychiropractic.com or call 701-672-1300.
Sometimes it's tough being a dad. Kids grow up fast. Hey, girls. Oh, love it.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Is he serious?
Don't even want me around anymore. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. Hugs mean a lot to a dad. So, with Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
No matter the time of year, there's never a bad time to get your ride sparkling at All Seasons Car Wash. Your ride deserves to shine all year round. We'll see you at All Seasons Car Wash.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
There is
Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network, Frank Verton Field on the campus of North Dakota State College of Science here in Wahpeton, North Dakota. The Wahpeton Huskies, their home opener. They are welcoming the Kindred Vikings. I don't know how welcoming they are right now at halftime. The Vikings lead 30-0, and the Vikings are everything they have been advertised as, coming off the state championship and being the number one rated team in the state in Division A. The Vikings got off to a 6-0 start after a 12-yard run by Kylan Swinson, and then they bounced back. They did turn the ball over early, and the Huskies had an opportunity early in the first quarter down around the 10-yard line, but not able to capitalize. And they took a 6-0 lead after that run by Swinson, and then added on to that on the next possession, a 23-yard pass from Jake Starcevic to Brooks Bacco. And Bacco with a little nice catch out in the flat there in the end zone, able to take that in. And then the Vikings turned it over, and we thought maybe the Huskies were going to get back into it, and they turned it right back over and gave it right back to the Vikings at midfield. And then the Vikings able to march down the field, had a couple opportunities to take it in, and then they finally do from the 1-yard line with Starcevic taking it in and take the score to 18-0. And then the wheels kind of came off for the Huskies. They needed a big play and thought maybe they could get something done, and then the big play came from the Vikings. They get a block punt from from Miles Stroh, and that took the score to 24-0. And then they just started to pile on. 50-yard bomb from Starcevic to McDonald. McDonald streaking down the sideline, and that took the score to 30-0, and that's where we are. There was one big play there. Jack Gilbertson, the freshman, with the interception in the end zone. Otherwise, the Vikings would have tacked on another touchdown possibly. They were down inside the 10-yard line, and they get the turnover by Gilbertson to keep the Vikings out of the end zone. So 30-0 is where we are. And, Coach, you look at the scoreboard, you might think it might be tough to stay in the game, but what are the Huskies talking about in there at halftime trying to get back in this thing?
Well, the first thing you talk about the positives that have happened. We forced some turnovers. We had the early turnover, tried the field goal, didn't get it, but we had 2 penalties. We ended up almost picking up the first down on the long pass play over the middle, but you talk about what positives has been. We've had a couple passes over the middle. We just missed on a pass over the middle. So you talk about some of those things, and then you draw it up defensively. Okay, this is what they're doing, and they're just running straight ahead. And you make sure everybody understands the gaps they have and what the responsibilities are, and that we're filling the right gaps and hitting our fits. You talk about offensively. Okay, this is what we want to do. This is where they're lined up. This is what we should be doing, and making those corrections. You talked about the long pass down that they had the touchdown. It's just one of those things, hey, we're young on that back end. We can't let this guy get behind us. It's just talking and teaching where we're at. They say a lot of times teams make their biggest gains from game 1 to game 2 in football. Kindred is on game 2, and obviously they have made a lot of gains since last week. So, and it's to be expected. And Kindred is a great football team. And when we scheduled this game, we knew that this was going to be as tough as any AA opponent we played. But we also knew that this was somebody we should be playing. And so as you're sitting in the locker room, you're talking about what things did go well and what we need to do to correct what's not going well. And you come out the second half and you try to get better in the second half. And you try to play better in the second half than you did the first half. You take it a step at a time, and like you said, building on this half, and if something happens and we're able to get some points on the board and we're able to get back in this thing, that's great. It's not to say you can't score 30 points in a half. However, you just need to take one play at a time and get better each play through the rest of this half, and just try to build to get into making some plays.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the game. This is a non-conference game. It doesn't matter, in your seeding or in a QRF or any of that stuff. But you have to use it for what it is. And you're right. You schedule a game like this so you have a tough opponent so that you can prepare yourself. And I don't think you can look at the scoreboard for the rest of this half here and say, oh, we're down 30-0. I think you need to line it up and just play, every down, and just give it your best and see what happens and see if you can make yourself better. And if each individual is out there working to get better, then the team is going to get better.
Well, and that's just it. You're just working to get better. And for those that don't know, QRF is out the window this year. So the first 4 games are non-conference games, and then the top 4 teams in the region are the 4 that make the playoffs the way it used to be back in old AAA.
Go old school now.
Going back to old school. But so these first 4 games, you want to win them, and you want to get better each week, but you're setting yourself up. There's 5 games at the end of the year that mean more than the first 4, and as far as getting into the playoffs.
All right, so also tonight, also on Three Border Sports Network tonight, I should say, the Breckenridge Cowboys are taking on the Pelican Rapids Vikings, another Vikings team, just across the river in Breckenridge. And Joe Schreiner has that game. He's over there with Chad Affield, and they're at halftime, and the Cowboys are down 20-0. So a little bit of the same thing going on over there across the river. So we'll see if both of these teams can get back on it. Both teams playing their first game of the season, the Huskies and the Cowboys, right here on Three Border Sports Network. This has been our halftime report. Our halftime report is brought to you by OSPTI. For all your physical therapy needs, contact the professionals at OSPTI. with locations in Hankinson, Fergus Falls, and Breckenridge. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the second half. Teams are out on the field warming up, and when we come back, we will have the second half, Huskies and Vikings, right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
No off-season for greatness. You do what it takes to stay in the game. And so do we. Our commitment is to keep you moving forward. Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Like nowhere else.
Wahpeton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wahpeton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at wahpetondeliandeatery.com or call 642-3639.
With Motors in Wahpeton, we make sure that when you need a vehicle, we'll find the perfect one that matches your lifestyle and budget. Like the eye-catching Chevy Equinox, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hard-working GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive buying experience. From low-pressure sales to high-quality service, our customers always come first. Find your new Chevrolet or GMC today at Smith Motors. Small-town friendly, big-town deals.
Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network. Brian Watson, Mike McCall, bringing you Huskies football opening night. Friday Night Lights, Vikings and Huskies. Kindred Vikings on top of the Huskies here at halftime. I'd like to thank our sponsors. Our pregame show sponsor is Yield Advantage. The starting lineups are brought to you by Miller and Associates. Our kickoff sponsor is Tyler Farm Supply. And our red zone sponsor is Amanda Frederick. Halftime sponsor was OSPTI. Our scoreboard, as always, is brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance and Kyle DeVries. And our shout-out line is brought to you by Studio Designs. Studio Designs, women's boutique clothing, gifts, and custom shirts. They're open late on Wednesdays till 8 p.m. That text number is 701-428-2415. If you want to shoot me a text, let me know that you're watching and who you're cheering for. We've had quite a few people text us this evening. A lot of Kindred fans tuning in.
That's great.
And our timeouts are brought to you by Carlson Family Insurance. And our postgame will be brought to you by First Community Credit Union. And we will have our Play of the Week this year like we did last year. Our Play of the Weeks are brought to you by Comdell Innovation. Comdell Innovation, let innovation show you how they can deliver your product faster and better. We appreciate all our sponsors. We have a few others that we will mention before the broadcast is over. And as usual, our sponsors help us bring you our content free of charge so that you do not have to pay a fee. And we like doing that, and we appreciate the help that we get from our sponsors. So we'll get ready here for the second half as the Huskies will receive the kick. This kick, as mentioned, will be brought to you by Tyler Farm Supply, your short line farm equipment dealer since 1985. So we'll see what adjustments the Huskies have made and see if they can get back in this thing. And they've got Malk back there and DeVries, and they start together so they can make him kick to Malk, and Malk will take it right up the middle and using his speed to get all the way out to the 30-yard line, trying to get a couple extra yards here as he's brought down by a couple of Vikings. Swinson there.
Swinson, the first one there.
On the tackle, on the stop. And they finally get it to Malk on the kickoff, and he's able to bring it out to about the 33-yard line.
I've really been impressed with that Swinson on both sides of the ball.
He really gets off the ball on offense, and he's done a good job on the defensive side as well. And this Kindred team is just loaded and a lot of quality players. So they'll start in the shotgun again, Kubala, and I think that's Doctor in the backfield again. And he fakes the Doctor, rolls out to the right, and he's going to let that fly. And that ball almost intercepted. Is that Swinson on the?
That was Swinson. He was trying to hit Malk going across the middle, and it just took a little too long to develop, and he was able to close on it.
Well, we've seen Swinson run the ball, and that one bounced right off the chest pad in the middle there. Had a chance. I think he was thinking 6 before he caught that one. So Huskies with trips to the right, Kubala in shotgun, and Doctor will go out in motion, and now they've got 5 wide. Kubala back to pass. Look to the right and have to tuck and run. Flushed out of the pocket, and then he gets it to Peterson underneath there. That was Peterson in the backfield, and able to get it to him after running for his life a little bit there.
And that was a great job by Bjorn. You know, he broke the pocket. He was able to get out a little bit, drew the guys up, and then just dumped it off to Peterson right there in the flats, giving it a third and a little bit more manageable, about 4.
So they'll stay with this core here. That's Kubala at quarterback. He'll be in the shotgun. That's Peterson in the backfield with them. He's got Malk in the slot, and he's got Bartha all the way down at the bottom of the screen here, and DeVries on top, and Steffens in the slot as well. And now flushed out again, Bjorn trying to run, see if he can free himself up. He's going to run to the right here. He's going to pick up the first down, and he is met right at the first down marker.
That's Starcevic.
And I think that's Starcevic, and he put the big hit on Bjorn Kubala, but Kubala's going to pick up the first down.
But you know what? That's a part of Bjorn's game he didn't have last year.
Yeah, we did not see him use his legs much at all.
No, and that was one of the things coming into this year, talking to the coaches, that he's gotten a little more comfortable stepping up, and if he has to tuck it, he will. And that was an example right there, using his legs and moving the change, and that's a positive we need to see.
So the Huskies pick up the first down. They'll stay in the shotgun. Kubala waits for it, and he'll drop back to pass again. Kubala looking over the middle. He's got 2 there, and I think that one was picked up by
Steffens?
Steffens or Malk. I think that's
Steffens.
Braden Steffens that came up with it. So Malk and Steffens bumped into each other as the ball came down, and Steffens comes away with it.
Well, Huskies a little bit lucky there, because anytime you have 2 guys that close to each other, somebody maybe wasn't where they were supposed to be.
So they'll go 4 wide here. Trips at the bottom with Barf, Steffens, and DeVries. And
just using a little bit of clock.
Peterson in the backfield to drop the pass again. This is Kubala. He scrambles, moves to the right, looks downfield, and I think he's going to have to just run out of bounds or throw this one away. He should have thrown that one away.
He had a guy on the sideline over there.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 now from the 44-yard line.
And it is a running clock this half.
And clock is running based on the score, 30-0, 30-point lead. They'll go 4 wide again. You have Peterson in the backfield next to Kubala. Kubala waits for it. He drops back to pass, and he'll throw this one underneath to Malk. Malk with a little bit of room and able to pick up some yards, still on his feet, and finally brought down. So Trayton Malk picks up about 6 or 7 there.
And Swenson and Baco on the tackle there. Swenson's all over the field.
Swenson is all over the field, both on offense and defense. And the Huskies will stay in the shotgun. They'll go tight formation this time. Got Barth and Malk at the bottom of your screen. Malk goes in motion. Kubala back to pass. He'll look out to the flat, and that's going to be DeVries. DeVries scampers up for a little bit of a gain, trying to get close to that first down marker. And the Huskies are just airing it out here, down 30-0 here in the second half, trying to make a difference. And they've been able to move the ball. This is the most they've been able to move this ball in the game. And this is going to bring up 4th and 4 from the 33-yard line.
McDonald was the first one on the hit out there on that side. But, yeah, they've had a little bit of success this drive, and see if we can get a first down here.
Malk in motion. Kubala back to pass, looks to his right. Now nowhere to go. Now running backwards is just going to have to get rid of it to avoid the loss, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
We may have an intentional grounding here, too.
Not out of the pocket. Nope, I didn't see a flag out there.
No, they didn't throw one.
Nope.
I thought maybe they'd discuss it, but since it was 4th down. But you take some positives from that. They got a couple first downs. They moved the ball. They found some success moving the football. Now see if we can get a stop here and experience a little bit of success on the defensive side.
Yeah, you had some success there on the offensive end. You really need to try and see if you can put something together on the defensive side of the ball and see if you can get a stop. You've been able to turn the Vikings over a couple times. Let's see if you can get a stop here. 6:23 to go in the third quarter. Starsvik at quarterback again. Out of the shotgun, he'll roll right, looking down the field, and he's got a man open, and that's a catch right on the sideline. What a pass there. And we'll see if they call him in.
They called it a catch.
And that is a good catch there, and that's Sawyer Hess with the catch. That's his second catch of the game.
I didn't see who got to, and Starcevic got hit as he threw that ball too.
That ball was placed in the right spot, and a nice toe tap there, staying in bounds. So a big gain for the Vikings. They move across midfield. 5:44 to go, clock running. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Starcevic in the gun, Swinson to his left. Trips to the top of your screen. Starcevic rolls out to the left. They'll send it to the flat and not able to catch that ball. I think that's Baco out there.
Number 4, that's Spellhog?
That spells Isaac Spellhog out there. We know he's got relatives watching on Three Border Sports Network. If you want to send us a text on our Studio 22 Designs shout-out line, we will give you a shout-out. Let us know who you're cheering for. 701-428-2415. So 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. Vikings will stay in the gun. Bunch formation to the bottom with trips. They'll fake to Swinson, and Starsvik will keep it and get to the outside. He'll pick up about 7.
DeVries on the tackle there.
Jackson DeVries on the tackle to finally bring him down. And we've seen that play be successful for the Vikings.
And it's just a bunch trips formation, and they're just bringing the quarterback this way.
A little play action. They fake to Swinson, who's been successful up the middle, and Starsvik able to get to the outside. So they'll huddle up and break and get to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. Starsvik still out of the gun. And giving that one to Swinson. And Swinson right up the middle. And he's been successful up the middle all day long. And they'll pick up the first down there.
That's Gilbertson coming up to make the tackle from the safety position. And he went relatively untouched for about 10 yards.
Just right up the middle. Gilbertson able to bring him down. The freshman not afraid to make contact there.
Kindred's offensive line is just doing a tremendous job up front.
They've got some big guys up front, and they're certainly doing the job tonight. Swinson again. He'll bounce it outside. He'll take it all the way outside. After contact, still staying on his feet, able to pick up a couple extra yards there. Gilbertson on the tackle again. Omar, and then also Doctor down there on the tackle.
Like Hunter Belke had the first contact, but just couldn't get his arms wrapped around him. And looking at 2nd and short.
The Vikings are inside the red zone. Red zone brought to you by Amanda Frederick. Proud to serve Breckenridge, Wahpeton, Wheaton, North Dakota, Minnesota licensures. And Starcevic keeps it himself, trying to go off tackle. And not a lot of room over there at one time.
Nice job by Michael Peterson stepping up and stuffing the hole, but got just enough to get the first down, set it up for 1st and goal.
So it'll be 1st and goal here from the 9-yard line. Starcevic in the gun again. Swinson behind. And they'll give it to Swinson. He'll go off tackle, and he'll make it all the way into the end zone. And another touchdown for the Vikings, and another touchdown for Kylan Swinson with 1:57 to go here in the third. Swinson takes it in from 9 yards out. And the Vikings just keep on rolling, Coach.
You know, they're getting such a push up front, and they're getting 4 or 5 yards before we have any contact. And so, but again, like you said, they're big up front.
And they'll try and convert here with the extra point, and that one is no good. And that's the one.
The one weakness they have.
The one weakness they have is they have not been able to convert an extra point, a 1 point or a 2 point. And I think the Vikings have something to work on, and even good teams have things that they have to fix. So we do have some more shout-outs. A shout-out to Hudson Kozowski, number 70. And I would give the person a shout-out, but they didn't tell me their name. So we'll give the shout-out to Hudson. The Thiele family is watching, but came home the Twins' bedtime. So they were watching the game, and they had to go home early. And Nick Starcevic is cheering the Kindred team on from St. Cloud, Minnesota. We appreciate that, Nick. And the Geffreys are partying in the garage, as they are every Friday night for the Huskies. And you know what? They're giving you a little bit of shout-out. They think you're a natural.
I appreciate that. Sometimes when you do stuff long enough, you can fake it a little bit.
You might be a natural, but you're not Robert Redford.
I am not. That is true. Very true.
How about that one? How about that one?
Very true.
All right, here we go. The Vikings will kick it off, and the Huskies will play a little game here where they put Malk and DeVries back there together instead of keeping them split. So they can give Trade Malk the opportunity to return the ball. They certainly want to try and keep it away from him. And Malk was able to return the last one up to about the 30-yard line. So let's see if they squib it or if they kick it back to the deep backs. 1:26 to go in the third, and they'll kick it deep. And that one's going to go back to Trade Malk, and he's going to pick it up at about the 10-yard line and scamper up the field. A 1-on-1 tackle there and just not able to get by. And I think that was Bacco.
That was number 4.
Number 4.
That's Spellhog.
That's Spellhog again. So Isaac Spellhog on the tackle. A good tackle there on Trayton Malk.
Very good tackle. Trayton has a very good stiff arm, and he fought off the stiff arm and made the tackle.
Well, Spellhog ain't small. I can tell you that right now.
No.
And Trayton, not a big dude, but he can get it done.
Well, who do we got down here? Is that Trey?
I think it might be.
Could be a cramp, looking like it might be a cramp.
Yep, we've got a player down on the field. We'll take a break as Chantel Shute makes her way out there. I think that is a cramp. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the 1-on-1 left here in the third quarter here on Three Borders Sports Network. Country Financial and Casey Formanek, one of our new sponsors. We appreciate Casey and Country Financial stepping up as Trayton Malk makes his way off the field. He was the injured Husky. Some of our other sponsors, Giant Seeds and Snacks, they also sponsor our Coaches Show on Wednesday night, and we'll have our first Coaches Show coming up this Wednesday night as we talk to the coaches from both sides of the river about their teams and the fall sports. Essentia Health is one of our sponsors, Smith Motors of Wahpeton, Wahpeton Daily News, Optimum Rehab, and Interstate Engineering also on our sponsor list. So here we go, 1:01 to go in the third. Huskies in the shotgun. They've been putting the ball in the air. Kubala going 4 wide here. Peterson's been in the backfield, and he'll put it in the air again. He'll throw that one deep, and that's over everybody.
He took a shot as he threw it too. I can't tell if that's 59. Tate Miller on the pressure.
Threw that ball past everybody, 40 yards down the field. So Malk will come back in, and looks like
Peterson in the backfield.
And Trayton Keene came off the field there. So Peterson in the backfield with Kubala. They go 4 wide. He'll drop the pass again. And he'll go deep down the right side and unable to make the pass. That ball out of bounds.
Intended for Steffens.
And Steffens on the sideline there, the intended receiver.
Pretty good coverage out there by McDonald and is that Swenson out there?
Yeah, McDonald and Swenson. And then as the time runs out on the quarter with the running clock, that'll be the end of the third quarter. The score is the Huskies 0 and the Vikings 36. We'll be back after a short break with the fourth quarter of Huskies football on Three Borders Sports Network.
30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
that means all the money that we make
cha-ching
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Yield Advantage is proud to support our local Twin Town teams. They'd like to remind farmers that the Yield Advantage team is ready to help you get the W next planting season. They can help get your equipment in game shape with upgrades large and small. Yield Advantage is your local precision planting premier dealer. From row cleaners to closing wheels, seed meters to liquid fertilizer systems, and everything in between. If you want to give yourself a competitive edge next season, contact Yield Advantage today.
Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter here. 3rd and 10 for the Huskies on the 22-yard line. He'll go deep down the right side to Steffens, and that ball is thrown out of bounds. I don't think it would have been in bounds if he would have been able to catch it. But again, Bjorn Kubala showing off the arm.
McDonald on the coverage on that one too,
and the Huskies, a couple of home run balls here in the last two plays. Will be 4th and 10. And they're going to decide to kick here. So they'll give it back to the Vikings. The Vikings already have one block punt.
Trey Malk is punting.
And Malk is going to be back to punt. Kubala had been the punter. And the Vikings blocked a punt early in the first half. Miles Stroh took it in. And Malk's going to run this one, and he's got a lot of room. And look out, he's down the left side, able to cut back. He's already got the first down, looking for more, right up the middle. And he's finally brought down just over midfield at the 45-yard line of the Vikings. And
I think he's cramping again.
And he was back there for a reason.
Well, and it was tremendous because they've been jamming the outside guys, and our the bullet on the far side, he released to the outside, and the defender turned his back on him, and that just opened everything up for Trey.
Yeah, he is cramping up pretty bad.
Well,
and that'll give me a chance here to thank some of our other sponsors. Gripper Sports in downtown Wahpeton, Bell Bank, Dakota Ag Products, All Seasons Car Wash, best car wash in Wahpeton. Country Financial and Casey Formanek, as I mentioned, he's a new sponsor of ours, and we appreciate Casey jumping on board. Red River Grain, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, Red River Communications, and Channel 28. We appreciate everything they do. We have our own channel on Red River Communications. You can watch all of our broadcast on cable TV without being able to go to YouTube, and we appreciate Red River Communications for that. Sanford Health and Red River Valley and Western Railroad. Got another shout out here. Rich and Nita Short from East Grand Forks cheering on the Kindred Vikings, especially Gabe Whipple. Thanks for broadcasting. We appreciate it, and thanks for tuning in. So we appreciate that. 10:52 to go, and Malk's still down on the field. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back with the conclusion of the fourth quarter here of the Huskies and the Vikings. We'll be back after this.
Local insurance team ready to serve you. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, providing home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance. As residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted friends and neighbors. Together, they're building strong partnerships that help everyone succeed. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
And we hope to see you at American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates.
Since 1941, Minn Kota Ag Products has been helping farmers with their agricultural needs. The farming industry has expanded at great lengths, and Minn Kota Ag Products is there to provide farmers with their entire chemical, fertilizer, seed, and grain elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. For market access at your fingertips and information essential to your farm operation, download the Minn Kota Ag Products app. Minn Kota Ag Products, proud to be a partner in your farm operation since 1941.
Okay, so Trayton Malk has made his way off the field, and the Huskies are back on here. And 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line after the big gain and the big pickup on the fake punt by Trayton Malk. So Kubala back to pass, a little bit of pressure, sends it across the middle, and that's ball caught. That is Jackson DeVries across the middle for the big gain deep in Vikings territory. And that's going to be a first down, and the Huskies are going to be inside the red zone, and they're going to be 1st and goal here at about the 8 or 9 yard line.
And Hesse making the play there, but and this is the stuff we talked about. You find opportunities to make plays. The offense has moved the ball a little bit here in the second half, and that's the kind of things you want to see.
And the Huskies are in the red zone, the Amanda Frederick State Farm Insurance red zone. And Kubala hands it or fakes it to Peterson there, rolls out to his left. He's got a man open in the end zone, and I think that ball was caught.
It was.
And it's dark on that side of the end zone, and I think that was Jackson DeVries.
Was it? Or was it Trey King?
Aiden Bonches with the touchdown.
With the touchdown.
So Aiden Bonches over there in the flat, able to score the touchdown. Hard to see in that part of the end zone from up here. Very dark over there. So Kubala to Bonches to put the Huskies on the board.
Huskies are going to have to take a timeout here. This is the second time lining up in a PAT or field goal, so got to make sure we got the personnel.
Again, those first game adjustments or miscues or jitters or whatever you want to call them, but trying to get everybody in the right spot. We saw earlier in the game where Trayton Malk was running on late on the first punt formation, so players trying to figure out where they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to do, and that's something that you'll have to work out here as you move into game number 2. So the Huskies finally get on the board. Kubala to Bonches with 9:19 to go in the fourth quarter here. And they're going to attempt the extra point. The extra point here by James Johnson. Kubala will hold. And we'll see if the Huskies.
Oh, they
that's
snapped
a low
it,
snap.
He wasn't even looking at it.
Kubala wasn't even ready, and Johnson's just going to heave that one in the end zone. And that's going to be picked off.
Bjorn wasn't even looking for the ball yet.
So we'll say that both teams will need to work on their
extra point
conversion, as neither team has had a successful extra point try here. Now, we did hear from the other side of the river with the Cowboys and the Pelican Rapids Vikings over there, Breckenridge Cowboys, and the Cowboys got on the board as well, 20-6 now between Pelican Rapids and Breckenridge.
There's 5:44 left in that game.
So 5:44 left to go. That game on Three Borders Sports Network. You can check that out on our YouTube page. You can also go back after these games have been played and go back and watch these games as well. These games will be out on our YouTube page. If you're a Red River Communications subscriber, you can watch the games live on Channel 28. You can also watch our coaches show on Channel 28 as well on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. And we'll have our first coaches show next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And we'll be able to talk to Coach Gilbertson about this game tonight and about the games coming up here on the season. So now the Huskies will kick off here to the Vikings, and they'll have 9:19 to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Huskies able to get on the board again. Kubala to Bonchis, Aiden Bonchis in the game, and able to score the touchdown to get the Huskies on the board. So 36-6 here. So Johnson the kick, and that's going to be a short kick to the sideline. That ball is caught by Isaac Spellhog, and he'll take it right there and just stop with it.
Now it's just that little pooch kick they like to do to try and hit it in no man's land and see if they can't come up with it.
So no gain on it, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings on the 30-yard line, 8:59 with the clock running again, running clock, based on the score in this one. And the Vikings will huddle up and take their time coming to the line of scrimmage. Huskies still in that three-man front. And Vikings will stay in the shotgun. Swinson behind. And they'll give it to Swinson again. There he goes, off with a head of speed. And he is behind everyone, and he is going to be gone. So Swinson will take it to the house for a 71-yard touchdown run. And we had talked about him before, how he gets going right out of the pocket. And he took that one all the way, a full head of steam right up the middle. 71-yard touchdown run for Kylan Swinson.
Yeah, and looking at Huskies had a lot of young guys out there on that one.
So Swinson goes to the house. Now the Vikings will see if they can convert an extra point. And this is the one area that they've been unsuccessful on tonight. And they finally put one through. So the Vikings will take it to 43. So 43-6 after the 71-yard run by Swinson. And the Vikings just tacking it on. And, Coach, I think at this point, I think you will see some younger kids in for the Huskies. I think you might see a change at quarterback and get some young kids in there and see what they can do, give it some live varsity experience and see, how they handle it. And you might come away with the player here late in this game, that might give you some good time on the field here late in the season.
Well, and like I said, that last touchdown there, Ralph wasn't on the field. Marsh, Anderson. So the Huskies had already started subbing in some of the younger guys. We'll see what we get on offense here.
So the Vikings will come to kickoff. 7:37 left here. And we'll see if both teams start to sub. I think the Vikings are in a position where they could get a couple extras on the field. So you have DeVries and Steffens back deep here for the Huskies. I think Trayton Malk might be done in this game after cramping up a couple times.
No.
And that one's going to go out of bounds.
And that one was a little concerning because nobody
and no one over there trying to get it. We had a play earlier in the game where the Huskies weren't able to cover up a kickoff, and they end up turning it over deep in their own territory.
And I think that's something when they watch film, because that ball takes a bounce back the other way. That could have been another trouble situation.
So that ball's going to... Officials are discussing where they're going to mark this thing and what they're going to do here. Mark it off.
Should come out to the 30, I believe.
They're going to bring it out to the
35.
35. Now they're situated here. So it looks like now Jack Gilbertson in at quarterback, number 7. Peterson still in the Michael Peterson still in the backfield with them here. they'll hand it.
Nope.
Fake
Jack
to
kept it.
Peterson there, and Gilbertson will take it up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards.
And this is one of the things, coaching 8th grade last year, I had Jack, and Jack is really good at that read option and run, and knowing when to give it and when to pull it. He does a really good job of that.
So they'll stay in the shotgun here. We'll see if we can get you the numbers of some of the other kids who have come in here. This Gilbertson again. So Gilbertson really the only change here in the backfield. Peterson's still back there. Steffen's still on the field. DeVries still on the field. Doctor's still out there.
Trey King is out there.
And Trey King is out there in the slot. He's replaced Trayden Mount. So Gilbertson, this time he gives it to Peterson. Peterson up the field there, pick up a couple yards.
I don't think the fake punt will work again the second time.
I don't think so. So this is going to bring up 4th and 3, and I agree. I think they're going to go for it here. And if they wait for the call to come in for the sideline. And it looks like Malk, the only starter in the backfield that is not out there. Malk and Kubla, sorry. Got Steffens at the bottom of the screen, and DeVries in the slot right above him. Peterson still in the backfield. They'll give it to fake to Peterson, and Gilbertson trying to make his way to the outside, and just no room there. And he is brought down by number 20, Fisher Johnson. And a good tackle there by Fisher Johnson. That'll be a turnover on downs with 5:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. And we'll see if the Vikings stay with their initial crew. And it looks like they're going to make a change at quarterback. I think that's number 1, Gabe Whipple, making his way out here. And I think that is.
Is that Johnson in the backfield?
And I think that's Johnson in the backfield with him. So Whipple in at quarterback in replacement of Starsvik, and they give it to Johnson. And
that's Brushard on the tackle.
And Johnson gets back to the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a half a yard maybe. They'll call it 2nd and 9 on the scoreboard, so we'll go with that.
Braxton Mickelson checking in for the Huskies.
So the Huskies get some younger kids in on defense as well.
Andrew Schultz is in right now.
So here we go again. This is Whipple in at quarterback. Spellhog at the bottom of your screen. And Vikings going to put it in the air. Whipple going to scramble, get to the outside. Might have an edge here and trying to turn the corner there. And a good tackle there made by Ryan Flack. So a good tackle on the edge there by Ryan Flack as Whipple tried to make his way after scrambling around the corner. So I'll make it 3rd and a long 2.
Van Epps was in the game. Sondrel's now in the game. So Huskies are rotating a lot of guys in and out here.
So Whipple again. I think this is Johnson behind him. They'll stay in the gun. And they'll toss it to Johnson a little bit behind him, able still to handle it and make his way down the sideline. He'll pick up the first down.
Trey King came in, had everything read right, but he just didn't break down to make the tackle in the backfield. And but did the right thing, just couldn't finish the deal.
Yeah, and Brock Johnson able to pick up that first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line as they approach the Amanda Frederick Red Zone, Amanda Frederick and State Farm Insurance Red Zone here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Elijah Roberson and Dominic Carter checking in for the Huskies.
So Whipple in at quarterback here in relief of Starcevic in the fourth quarter. Vikings lead 43-6. Whipple will roll out, throw back to his right, and a man open in the middle. He makes his way towards the goal line. And he's going to come up.
Miles Thiel just with the catch. And looked like Levi Fleeth on the tackle for the Huskies.
So Thiel just able to make that catch-up ball a little bit behind him. Whipple running to his left and throwing back to his right, able to find the receiver in the middle of the field. So it's going to be first and goal at the 3-yard line for the Vikings with 2:17 to go. Whipple at quarterback, Johnson to his left. And they'll give it to Johnson. He'll make his way up the middle and go in just about untouched. And Brock Johnson will get his name in the stat sheet for the touchdown. And that'll take it to 49 to 6. So a 3-yard touchdown run by Brock Johnson, and we'll see if the Vikings can keep that streak going on the extra points as they'll try the conversion the old way with the kick, and they put that one through, so that's 2 in a row, and that'll take it to 50 to 6. So 1:28 to go. The Huskies will get one last opportunity here to finish out this game, and I think they'll have a lot of takeaways from this game. I don't think you look at the score and go, well, you know, we just got to call it what it is, but I think you've got to go back, look at film, and see if you can learn and get better and improve. And I think the Huskies are going to be able to come away from this game with some things that they can use.
Absolutely. You know, offensively, things in the second half were better. We only got 6 points on the board in the second half, but we moved the ball in the second half. Saw a little bit of, even out of the young guys. So, I mean, I think there's plenty of things here to grow on. And, you know, like I said, in football, they say your biggest gains, you know, come a lot of times between your first and second game. And so hopefully, you know, Huskies are going to be able to watch film. They're going to be able to see a lot of things and get better for next week.
So the Vikings will kick here. They'll squib it down the middle, take it to the up back, and he had his knee down on the ground. And I think that was Peterson. And they'll have to down it right there. And we want to thank the Erdmans for watching. They're cheering on Kelby Erdman, number 66 of the Vikings. So we appreciate the Erdmans watching on Three Borders Sports Network.
Got a whole new group in here, looks like. DeVries might be the only one. Austin Fensky at running back.
So Fensky at running back. Gilbertson still at quarterback. And he'll take it, he'll give it to Fensky. Fensky will go off trying to go up the middle there. And nowhere to go.
That tackle was made by number 25, Clayton Altoff.
So Altoff in the game here late. Fensky in the game. And I think Peterson came back in.
King is in.
Trey King out there. I don't have Joe's 2015 vision. So it'll be 2nd and 11 here, 43 seconds as the clock runs. And this might be the last play of the game. And I think that's Fensky on the carry there. And that might just do it here as the clock winds down and 28 seconds to go.
We might try to get 35. One more play.
Maybe get one more. And they're going to play it out here. So they'll get one more play in here as the play comes in from Hunter McCall. Jack Gilbertson moving people around. Fensky in the backfield will stay in the shotgun. 6 seconds left. And a little read option, and Gilbertson to keep it. He'll break to the outside, and he might go. So Jack Gilbertson down the sideline with one man to beat, and he's going to beat him. Jack Gilbertson, read option, touchdown. How about that?
And I'm going to tell you right now, when you look at Jack Gilbertson run, it doesn't look like he's very fast, but Jack has some wheels.
And a 73-yard touchdown run for Jack Gilbertson to close it out for the Huskies. I think if you're going to end it, you might as well end it on a high note.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jack Gilbertson, as time runs out, takes it down the sideline.
And I don't think they kick it after the time has expired unless it matters to the game. So that's going to be the final.
So that'll make the final 50 for the Vikings and 12 for the Huskies, but the Huskies ended on a high note as Jack Gilbertson takes it all the way to the house, 73 yards on the read option. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have our post-game show. The post-game show is brought to you by First Community Credit, and we'll talk about what happened here tonight and maybe what's going to happen here in the weeks to come. But stay with us here for our post-game show right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pediatrics and pregnancy, seeing children of all ages daily. Start your pregnancy out right with a correcting postural adjustment to help with daily activities and also give you a better night's sleep. Continued chiropractic care throughout your pregnancy can potentially help for an easier labor and delivery of your new little one. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic today at 701-672-1300 for an appointment, or request an appointment online at hornsteinfamilychiropractic.com. Dr. Andrea Hornstein, helping your family grow up healthy.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their number one goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
At Interstate Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network. Frank Burton Field opening night for the Wahpeton Huskies. And they welcome the number one Kindred Vikings, number one in Division A. The Kindred Vikings coming off a state championship, and I think they were as advertised. And welcome to the post-game show. The post-game show is brought to you by First Community Credit Union. Make your dreams affordable with competitive rates and flexible terms with our products. And we appreciate FCCU for sponsoring our post-game show. We'll go through the scoring first, Coach, and then we can get your thoughts on the game. In the first half, the Vikings got off to a fast start with Swinson on a 12-yard touchdown run. That got the score 6-0, and they came back. Starsvik to Bako on a 23-yard pass to take the score to 12-0, and then Starsvik took it in on his own on a 1-yard run, and that went to 18-0. And then the defense got working for the Vikings as a block punt by Miles Stroh. He scooped and scored, and that took the score to 24. And then a big play just before the end of the half, Starsvik to McDonald, a 50-yard touchdown play. And that put the game in the running clock for the second half. There was some good play in the first half for Jack Gilbertson, who did pick off a pass in the end zone that kept the Vikings out of there and would have tacked on another touchdown. In the second half, 1:57 to go in the third, Swinson took it in again from 9 yards out, and that made it 36-0. But the Huskies were able to get on the board Bjorn Kubala to Aiden Bonches, who came in, and that was I didn't write down how many yards that one was. I think that was about a 9-yarder, actually, and that took the score 36-6. Then Kindred came right back. Kylan Swinson took it out from 71 yards. A big run, 43-6. And the Vikings weren't done. Brock Johnson took it in from 3 yards out. That took the score 50-6. And the Huskies able to get on the board as time runs out. The freshman, Jack Gilbertson, coming in and relieved to play quarterback on a little read option. We'll call it more than a little read option. Took it 73 yards to the house. And that made the final score 50-12. And the Vikings get out of here with the win. First game for the Huskies, second game for the Vikings, and a non-conference game as we had talked about. But, Coach, I think you don't look at the score, and I think you can look at some of the things, one, that you need to work on, but then you also can find some of the good things that you did in this game and take those and build on it.
And I think offensively, there was a lot of good things in the second half. We moved the ball. We picked up some first downs. We got some points on the board. Young guys moved the ball. So, I mean, I there's a lot to build on. Defensively, we forced some turnovers, and I think they're going to go and watch film, and they're going to be able to pick a lot of things out that are going to help them this week to get better for next week. And right now, that's what it is. You stay positive, you work on the positives, or you focus on the positives, work on the negatives, and just work to get better.
I think this game, regardless of the score, I mean, you could say, well, we could have scheduled an opponent that we felt like we could beat and run the score up and put some numbers on. But does that really help you? I think you want to have a good opponent, someone that's really good, that's really going to help you down the stretch and see what you're made of. And I think you get all of it here against Kindred, a team that's coming off a championship, a team that's going to probably – I don't say that we know, but they could run the table again. They went undefeated last year, but certainly a good football team, and regardless of division, one of the better teams in the state.
Absolutely, and I think, like I said earlier in the game, I think they would be very competitive, and they'd be a playoff team in AA this year, or in our division this year.
So
and
go ahead.
We just got to just focus on everything and just work for next week.
I think you're right. They're going to have to regroup. They have a lot of things that they can discuss and take from this game, and we'll just have to see where they go next week. Next week, the Huskies will travel to Minot. They'll take on Minot North, the new school out there, and Kindred will go home, and they will host Lisbon, both of those games on September 6th.
And honestly, I'd be shocked if Kindred isn't in the state title game again this year. And, you talk about bringing in an opponent that you can just run up the score on. Well, you look at next week going to Minot North. They have no seniors on their team, and they beat Bismarck Century's JV pretty handedly.
Right, they had that game last night. Minot North hosted Century JV, and they won that game 35-7. So it doesn't get any easier.
And last year was sophomores and freshmen only. They beat Minot High's JV.
Wow.
So, and it doesn't get easier. Week 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In this division, with the teams we're playing, it doesn't get easier. And so, you want to play the best teams you can play and get better and learn from it.
Yeah, play the best that you can, and like you said, there's some non-conference games here early in the front of the schedule that don't matter in your standings or where you're going to finish. And QRF is out the window this year, so use these games the best that you can so that you can get ready for your division play, and then see where you fall. See if you can finish in that top 4, get yourselves in the playoffs, and then you never know what happens at that point.
And for our first game of the year, we played one of the best teams in the state, and they've already had a game under their belt, so now we have one under our belt, and we go next week and go after it.
Well, I think that might do it for us. I mean, your first time on the air, and you already got called a natural, even though you're not Rob Redford. Well. But I think you did a great job. I appreciate you coming up here and helping me out, and I think based on your performance tonight, I think I might let you come back again.
Well, I appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it. And, like I said, I know I'll be back at least one more time this year, maybe 2. But, I enjoy it. And I'm glad you asked me.
We appreciate it. I appreciate it. Mike McCall stepping in as the former activities director, stepping in to do color for me tonight. We had 2 games on the network tonight. I had the pleasure of doing play-by-play for the Huskies, and Joe Schreiner was over across the river doing the game for the Breckenridge Cowboys, and the Cowboys fell 20-6 to Pelican Rapids.
26-6.
Sorry, 26-6 to Pelican Rapids. And that game, a Heart of Lakes matchup over there on the Breck side. So,
and I know this was Breck ended up. They didn't even get their scrimmage this year. I think that ended up getting canceled. So this was their first action of any kind.
Yeah, so I think a lot of learning coming up on both sides of the river. I think a lot of improvement coming up on both sides of the river. And you can catch all of the action for the Cowboys and the Huskies right here on Three Borders Sports Network. So I think that's going to do it for Mike McCall. I'm Brian Watson. For Joe Schreiner, Chad Hatfield, and everyone else here at Three Borders Sports Network, I think we're going to call it a night, and hopefully we will see you down the road. Our next broadcast will be on Tuesday night when we have Huskies, Lady Huskies volleyball, the pink game, the rivalry game, the Breckenridge Cowgirls versus the Wahpeton Lady Huskies. That'll be right here on Tuesday night on Three Borders Sports Network. So for everyone who tuned in on our Studio 22 shout-out line, we appreciate you guys sending us texts, and hopefully you will tune in to Three Borders Sports Network in the future. So good night, everyone. We'll see you down the road.